Do you guys see my screen? Okay. Okay. So when you do not have any value for ID, when you don't see the name, when you don't see XPath, then we are called. When it is not a hyperlink, then we are going for using the XPath. Are you guys done? Okay. So now let me give you one more example. Now, if you log into your Gmail, example, I logged in into my Gmail account. I have a logout button. One is on top right side. One is logout in the bottom left side. So how many logouts I have total? Two logouts. One is on the top side, which is at the right side. One is at the left side, completely bottom. So what is my link text? Logout is what? Link only, right? You'll always have logout is a link. So how many link text having same name? Two, right? One is on the top. What is the name? Logout. One is in the bottom. What is the name? Logout. Can I use link text? Both the names are same. Both the names are same. Which one it will click? If it is a link, so I can use the link. What is the name of the link? Logout. My link name is logout. I can click on logout. So which logout it should click? I need to say driver dot find element by dot link text. What is the link text name? Logout. When I say click on logout, which link it is going to click? It always comes from top to bottom. It always comes from top to bottom. First it tries to search. It immediately finds the logout in the top right side. It immediately clicks on the logout. Now I need to also automate a test case where I have to verify this logout is also working fine or not. I have one more logout. Where I have one more logout? In the bottom. If I'm using link text as a logout, which one it is clicking? The top one. Why? Because it comes from top to bottom. It is always clicking the top one. No, what I need to do? I need to click it based on the location of the object. Now, sometimes there can be two fields which will have the same name. There can be two fields which will have the same ID value. In that case, can you use ID or name? You can use it, but it will always select the first field. It will always select the first field. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to select the last one. I mean, nothing but the second field I wanted to find out. When you have more than one field, when you have more than one field with the same name, with the same ID, mean value of name is same, ID is also same. Example, you take admin, user ID and password in HRM. They have given same name for user ID, same name for password also. So when I use the name, what it is going to do? It is always going to type it on the first field only. Always it refers to the first field. So what I have to do now? I have to go by indexing. I have to go for indexing, or I have to go for the position, in which position the particular field is available, in which position the particular field is available. That's what I have to go for using the XPath. I repeat, when you do not have any ID, when you do not have any name, when it is not a hyperlink, then go for XPath. That is one situation where you have to go. Another situation where you have to go for XPath is you have more than one field having same name, more than one field having the same name and same ID value. In those situations also you have to go for using the XPath, right? And another situation where you have more than one field, like those two are link text, logout. Logout is what? Link text. So how many fields, how many links you are having with the same name? Two links. One is in the top, one is in the bottom. If I use logout, where it is going to click? It is always going to click the top one. But I don't want to click the top one. I wanted to click on the bottom up, right? So in those situations, you have to go for using the XPath. Okay. So that's what they're trying to say. XPath extends behind the simple methods of locating. It goes behind the simple methods which we discussed. of locating by ID. What we try to locate using ID, or what we tried using the name attributes, and opens up all sorts of new possibilities, such as locating the second radio button on the page. Example, second logout link on the particular page. Like those situations, you can go for using the XPath. Link text means it's hyperlink. Link text means hyperlink, what you have. Forgot your password is what? Link text. We just started XPath, right? I cannot explain now difference between XPath and link text. I think you can easily understand once we complete the XPath. Okay. We'll wait for some time to complete the XPath. Then your question would be answered. Difference between link text. Whenever you have a link text, do you think you need to go for XPath? You already have driver.find element by dot link text. There is no need for going the XPath. Always remember, when you have a link text, when you already have some ID value, when you already have some name value, you don't need to go to XPath. You don't need to go to XPath, because directly you use with ID, directly use with the name, or directly use with the link text. You don't need to go for XPath. That's why I repeatedly explained, when you do not see all these are available, then only go for using the XPath. Okay. Now XPath locators can also be used to specify elements via attributes other than ID, and same concept. You do not have ID, name, or behind using ID and name, you are going more than using of ID and name using the XPath. There are two types of XPath. There are two types of XPath. One is absolute XPath. Another one is relative XPath. Absolute XPath is if XPath is calculated from beginning of the root. If XPath is calculated from the beginning of the root, if XPath is calculated from the beginning of the root of HTML tag to locate, then it is known as absolute XPath. Example, now if you open any application, example, I just open not this one, orange. Now what I have to do, if I get the properties of this field, I have to click on inspect. Now if you see here, it is starting from where? HTML. Any browser, anything you guys are opening, it is going to start from the HTML. So if you are trying to go for using the XPath, which is starting from HTML, that XPath is called as absolute XPath. So every HTML will always starts with HTML tag. Every HTML will start with HTML tag. This is going to be the root of the tag. Root of the tag means the first one what you are going to write here. So example, what I am saying here, XPath equals, absolute XPath. Example, HTML. After HTML, body. After body, header 1. After header 1, input. So all these things you can observe here. You have HTML, right? Under HTML, you have body. Under body, you have a div. Under div, there is one more div. So if you're coming from that way, if you're coming from HTML, root of the tag, then that is considered as a absolute XPath. Don't worry. I will show you some HTML code and I will explain you with the absolute and relative. That will be much easier to understand. Okay. Relative XPath. Now, absolute XPath contain the location of all elements from the root, which is from the HTML. And as a result, chances to fail if slightest adjustments to the application. Now, this we will discuss, don't worry. I've written simple XPath. If I show you this complex HTML, very big HTML code, you may not be able to understand. First, we will try to understand with the simple HTML code, which makes easier to understand. Okay, relative XPath. Relative XPath need not to start from root. Relative XPath need not to start from the root. It means whichever is nearer. If the XPath is calculated with the nearest unique value, if XPath is calculated with the nearest unique value, then it is known as relative XPath. Example, XPath equal to / frames. I'm directly saying go to the frame stack. I'm directly saying go to the frame stack, which ID equal to submit. But here I'm going from root HTML of the code. Now understand the syntax for the XPath. Since only XPath locator starts with //, it is not necessary to include XPath equal to. You don't need to mention XPath equal to. So what is the syntax to find an XPath? I have to say / tag name @ attribute name. You have to open this bracket @ attribute name equal to value. Example, I have to say // what is my tag name? Input is my tag name. @ attribute name. What is my attribute name? Type. What is the value of attribute name? Submit. So you have to remember this syntax. Another one is / parent tag name @ parent attribute value equal to value / child tag name. Okay. Now we will do one thing. I already have small HTML code. So let's assume this is your application. Let's assume this is application. This is your user ID field and this is your password field. You have user ID field and you have password field. Then you need to click on enter user ID, password, then click on login. So for this one, I already written HTML code. This is the HTML code. This HTML code, this is the code for developing this application. This is the application having what? User ID, some password field, click on login, or you have something called clear button. Okay. Now, this is the HTML code what I have written. Simple lines of code just to understand what is absolute XPath and what is relative XPath, or how to identify element using the XPath. So HTML always starts with HTML. So what is my HTML? Always going to start with HTML. Under HTML you have body. Under body you have some form. What is the value of form? Form ID equal to login. I'm saying form ID equal to login. Under login I'm putting input. Input name equal to field 1. Type equal to text field. So for this field I'm giving name equal to field 1. What type of field it is? Text field. So it allows you to type some data here. It allows you to type some data. Okay. Then I also have one more input tag. One more input tag. I'm saying name equal to password. Type equal to password. So when it is type equal to password, should not be visible. Do you guys see anything? So it is not allowing to show you anything because I'm saying type equal to password. But here type equal to text, which means it's a text field. This is also text field. This is also text field. But type I'm specifying as a password. So the next, what is the HTML code I'm giving? Next input tag I'm giving input equal to input name equal to continue. Type equal to submit button. Name equal to continue. Type equal to submit. Value equal to login. So what is my name? Value login. I want to give the label of the button is login. What type of it is? Submit. Like we clicked on login button, right, in HRM. Same thing we are trying to do. And I'm also putting one more thing, name equal to continue, type equal to button, value equal to clear. Value, whatever value I am giving, it's going to take the same value. Now, this is your HTML code. Then I'm closing the form, closing the body, closing the HTML. Anything that you are opening, any tag you are opening, you need to close that particular tag. Okay. Now, I wanted to find the properties for these fields. So what you will do, right click, same concept, inspect. This is also one of the application for me, right? Now right click and inspect. Now you see whatever I showed you in the notepad, same HTML code it is showing here. Same HTML code it is showing here, right? So now I'm saying ID equal to login. Now I wanted to get, now go to syntax. What is the syntax here? Tag name slash slash tag name @ attribute name equal to value. Now I wanted to get XPath for this particular field. How do you get the XPath? Okay. Now, what is the syntax they are saying? Slash slash tag name @ attribute name equal to value. So what I am saying, put the cursor here, put the cursor in this inspect window, press Ctrl F, press Ctrl F. Where it is gone, man? Why it is? Why it's not allowing Control F? Control F should allow you to. Yeah, here it is working fine. Control F. What is the problem here? What up? Inspects itself is not coming. Yeah, now it's coming. Control F. Right click, click on inspect, then click on Control F. Now I wanted to get the XPath for the first field. So what is my syntax? Slash slash tag name @ attribute name equal to value. So it should always start with what? What happened? Again, it is not showing. So slash slash, what is the syntax? Attribute name. What is my attribute name? Input. Yeah, tag name, sorry. What is the syntax? Tag name. What is my tag name? Input. How many input tags you have? 4 input tags. You have 4 input tags. What happened to this? Control F, why it is? It is forcing to type very fast. I don't know why. Slash slash input @ what is that syntax? @ attribute name. What is the field? Input. Attribute. at the rate name equal to, what is the value of the name? See what field it is highlighting on the right side. Is it highlighting the first field? So this is the XPath for the first field. What I am saying, how many input tags you have? 4. What I am saying, go to input tag. Go to input tag. This is multiple input tags. You don't know which input tag it should go. Now next what I am saying, go to input at the rate name. Which input tag name equal to field 1. Which input name equal to field 1. I am giving it as a field 1. So I am saying go to input tag which name equal to field 1. Which name equal to field 1. This is simple XPath example. Simple. You have what? This HTML code. How many input tags you are having? 4. What I can write? I can say // I think this is not at all visible. Okay. So what I am saying here, go to input tag, which name equal to field 1. See, the names are changing. One for field 1, one for password, one for continue, one for continue. Both are having the continue here. So what is the next? Can I say directly // input? See where it is going. Once you write XPath, press the enter. Which one it is highlighting? First field. Why it is highlighting? Whenever I say // input, it will automatically take the first one. It will take the first input. You can also say // input of 0. I think 0 is not working. You should take 1. Indexing. This is called XPath using with the indexing. 4 input tags you have. I'm asking, just say // input. It will always go to the first one. Whenever I say // input of 1, same thing. Just use // input. It will take the first input field only. Okay. Now can I say one more XPath? I would say go to form. What I'm saying, go to form. You have this form here, right? Go to form at the rate ID equal to, what is the ID of the form? Login. Then close it. Where it is going? This entire thing is selecting. It means it is inside the form. Now again I have to say /. I have to say input. This is also another XPath. For one field, you can write multiple XPaths. For one field, you can write multiple XPath. One, I can say just // input. It will go to the first field. I will say go to input tag // input at the rate name equal to field 1. This is another input field, another XPath. Now third and one more XPath I'm showing you guys here. What is another XPath? I'm saying go to form. Go to form which ID equal to login. What is the value of ID for form? Login. Which ID equal to login / under login. What is the form? ID login. Under login, under this form, how many input tags you are having? 4. Just say / of input. Which one it will take? First one, right? If you wanted to specify the array, index, specify 2. What it is selecting? Second input field. Now just press the enter. Just press the enter. It will show you for which fault you have written the XPath. Is it clear? Bit tricky, but once you understood, it is easy. Once you understand, it is easier. Simple. You understand this coding, HTML. I'll put this HTML code in Google Class today. Just open this HTML file. Okay. Open this HTML file, which I'll be giving. Save it in your local machine. Save this HTML file in your local machine. When you are opening it, select with the browser. Or select it with the browser, Google Chrome. Then it will open in the Google Chrome. This is what I have opened. After opening, what you guys have to do? Right click, inspect, right click, inspect. Immediately after coming here, Control F. Then type your XPath. You will get to know what you have written, XPath is correct or not. Try to type your XPath here. It is going to tell you whether what XPath is written by you is correct or not. Okay. Now, can you guys tell me the XPath for this second field? Second field. / input of 2. One XPath. Indexing. It is going for using the indexing. One more is what? / input. What is the syntax for it? / tag name. What is my tag? Input. Open this bracket. This problem is there with this Control F. I don't know. Every time it looks like I have to refresh it. So / input @ name equal to, what is the name? Make sure you put it in single quotes. Password. Then you have to close the bracket. Is it highlighting the second field? Okay, this is one another XPath. Can you give me one more XPath for this one? What is that another XPath? I will start from now. I will start with / HTML. This is the absolute XPath. How many types of XPath you have? Two types. One is absolute XPath, another one is relative XPath. Absolute XPath means you are coming from top. Top is nothing but root of the node. What is that root? HTML. Go to HTML. Under HTML, I'm saying go to body. Under body, I'm saying go to form. Under form, I'm saying go to input. This is called absolute XPath. You are coming from root. You are coming from the root. It is suggested not to use absolute XPath. It is suggested not to use absolute XPath because if tomorrow developer is removing this form tag itself, or they are adding some tag here, they're removing the tag or they're adding a new tag, then it is going to be a difficult. Your XPath will not work out. Now what I'm saying, go to HTML. Under HTML, go to body. Under that, I'm saying go to form. In the form, I added one more tag called header1. HTML will also have one more tag called header1. Let's say I'm trying to add one more tag called header1. Do you think your absolute XPath will work? It always tries to go to form. After form, it will go to input. After form, what developer did? Developer added one more new tag. It will not work. Or they removed one tag. Or they removed one tag. In those two situations, your absolute XPath will not work. It's same thing. Absolute XPath or relative XPath is only finding the value for the identifying an element. How you identify the element, it's up to you. Okay, but don't go for using the absolute XPath. Mostly interview asks question, what is difference between absolute XPath and relative XPath? Make a note. Difference between absolute XPath and relative XPath. If XPath is starting from root of the HTML, if XPath is starting from root of the HTML, if XPath is starting from root of the HTML, then we call it as absolute XPath. Then we call it as absolute XPath. Then we call it as absolute XPath. It is not recommended. It is not recommended to. It is not recommended to use absolute XPath. It is not recommended to use absolute XPath. And here you already have answer for relative XPath. You can make a note of this one. If XPath is calculated with nearest unique value, then it is known as relative XPath. Yeah, you can copy the same dependency and put it in pom.xml file. Okay. Okay. So now what I can do, I'll put this HRM login into Google Class. Try to explore yourself and delete the code and write the code again so that you will have some practice to automate the login test case. Okay. Now I need to send you. See, I'm going to send you this XPath example file. It is an HTML file. It is a HTML file. You have to open it with the browser. Open with browser. If you once you open with the browser, then open with the notepad again, so that you will get the code of HTML. You don't need to get the code. In fact, you will automatically click on inspect. It will give you the code also from there. Okay. I'll put these two things into the Google Class. Done. Uploaded manual also. Okay. Okay. We'll stop it here for today and we'll resume tomorrow.